God morning, you guys. It is May 7th. We have Jesus calling. If you learn to trust me, really trust me with your whole being, then nothing can separate you from my peace. Right, guys? Trust is such a fundamental part of what it means to be Christian. It's such a fundamental part of religion in general, right? If you don't trust your religion, if you don't trust what it's saying, if you don't trust the books, if you don't trust the teachings, if you don't trust the songs, if you don't trust the person behind it, then how are you ever going to truly live a life in that religion? And that has to do with God so much because, obviously Christianity is the ultimate religion. Come on, Jesus Christ is the man, right? But if you don't learn to trust him, then you're never going to truly be able to accept him into your heart, right? Because trusting is giving over the power, right? When you trust your parents to do something for you, right? Like you trust your mom to cook you dinner, right? You're going to trust her to cook you a meal that's nutritious, that's going to fill you up, that's going to be delicious, right? And if you don't trust her, then you're just going to cook it yourself. You're not going to ask your mom to make you dinner, right? And it's the same thing with a lot of things, with everything in life, right? You need to have trust, and trust is giving over power, right? And giving over that power that God gave to us, that free will that each one of us has. That's a hard thing to do because we're so used to it. We're so accustomed to playing by our rules and doing what we want to do, that trusting something and putting our power in something else is kind of scary. It's really scary for us. So let's see what God has to talk to us about, right? Nothing can separate you from my peace. Nothing can separate us from God's peace if we learn to trust it, right? And when you only trust yourself, do you truly have peace? No. No human being can ever say that they've trusted themselves completely and had peace the whole way, because it's not possible. Everything you endure can be put to good use by allowing it to train you in trusting me, right? Every situation can be used as a positive, right? We have an amazing God. We're so blessed to have a God that can turn anything, any negative into a positive, because he is only good. This is how you foil the works of evil, growing in grace through the very adversity that was meant to harm you. Joseph was a prime example of this divine reversal, declaring to his brothers, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." That is insane, guys. When you're down, when you're in the dumps, right? When things are not going your way, when you feel like there's nowhere to turn, right? When you feel like everything's against you, right? This is such a beautiful thing. These are such beautiful feelings, because if you in that moment put your trust in God, then you'll find the overwhelming strength, resilience, peace, and power to get through it, to grow, to get better, and to benefit from it. And that's through our God. That's through Jesus Christ. And he's the only one that can do that. He literally uses the story of Joseph here, which is the ultimate story of triumph. Nobody in this world has been sold, beat up, thrown in a ditch, sold into slavery by their brothers, turned into a slave, became a slave, worked hard as a slave, moved up through the ranks as a slave. I'm recapping the story of Joseph, by the way. Moved up the ranks as a slave, got, the Pharaoh's wife hit on him and he rejected her. So she went to her husband and was like, "Oh, you tried to touch me," things like that, you know how it be. And then the Pharaoh knew he wouldn't do it, but he still had to make an example. So he locked him away in prison. Joseph sat in prison for years. It's insane the things Joseph did. And then it ultimately leads up to him being this great ambassador for Jesus. Literally turned from slave to this amazing ambassador that saved the whole nation of Egypt, right? By using his dreams, by using his power that God gave him to do amazing, beautiful things. And the root of it is trusting in God. The only reason he was able to lead that kind of life is through the trust in God. So imagine the life that you can lead if you have full trust in God, right? If you're not scared, if you can go away with that fear and come into peace knowing that no matter what situation you're in, it will benefit you. You will grow from it, right? This is how you foil the works of evil, growing in grace through the very adversity that was meant to harm you. Guys, evil is so real, and you can let it consume your heart, right, in that moment, or you can give it up to God. You can say, "God, I trust you," and it can work for good. I'm sure you guys have been in a million situations where you're down a road and you can either go left, right, into delving into it, into letting it consume you, into letting it cause depression, letting it cause anxiety, whatever the situation is, letting it cause fear in your heart that drives you and can drive your emotions to do bad things, to think bad things. Or you can say, "I forgive," right? I forgive, and I trust that God will work it out no matter what it is. We've all been in situations like that. So next time you're in a situation like that, know that if you want to defeat the evil that could be growing in your heart, that could be growing in the world, you need to trust God. Do not fear what this day or any day may bring your way. Like I just said, concentrate on trusting me and on doing what needs to be done. Relax in my sovereignty, remembering that I go before you, as well as with you into each day, for no evil. For I can bring good out of every situation that you will ever encounter. Just like I said, that is so beautiful. I'm going to read that one more time. Do not fear what this day or any day may bring your way. Concentrate on trusting me and on doing what needs to be done. Relax in my sovereignty, remembering that I go before you, as well as with you into each day. Fear no evil, for I can bring good out of every situation that you will encounter. That's so true. Let's see where this comes from. Isaiah 26:4. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the rock eternal. Then we have Genesis 50:20. As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring about the present result, to preserve many people alive. And we have Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of darkness, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. That is May 7th. I hope you guys learned something. I love you guys so much. And with that, I'll say amen.